Hola, 'tis I, Alycia. How are you? I hope you're well. So, what's going on? I watched Saturday Night Live. I don't usually watch that show anymore because it's like not funny. It's still not funny. I, you know, I am not, a comedy uh, critic, but I guess I am in a way. There's certain humor I find funny, and there's some that I don't. And I was watching Saturday Night Live. Yes, I will admit it. I was watching it because Kim Kardashian was on it. I'm sorry, I have an addiction to these weirdos. I do. I don't know what it is. I know that they're Eyes Wide Shut crew. I know they're fake. I don't know. I can't help myself. They're just some weird addiction I have. Anyhow, I didn't catch the opening monologue. By the time I turned it on, it was something like a skit about like a bachelor skit type thing. That wasn't funny. Then it went into her switching places with some other girl, like changing lives via a clock or something. That wasn't funny. Then I watched the news desk segment. There was only like a couple things I actually laughed at. I don't know. I just wonder, like, when they're writing the stuff before they go on live, are they just like, oh my gosh, that is the most hilarious thing ever? Or are they just like, whatever? I don't know. It just doesn't seem very funny at all. So I was just kind of thinking, well, I guess that's why I don't watch the show anymore. Anyway, but yeah, it was funny because I was watching it. My daughter was sitting there and she's like, which one's that one? Because all the Kardashians seem to look alike. And she was confusing. I think she couldn't figure out which one Kim was because Kim switched with Chris. I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me. It's like, which one's that? It's hard to tell, darling. Okay, so I watched the Kardashians. I watched my Housewives of Potomac. Oh, the drama there is next level. I enjoy it so much. So much. I should not. Horrible, horrible show, but it's so good. So bad, it's so good. I know. Anyway, I enjoyed that. I was just like, I cannot. These people, the things that they say are totally inappropriate, horrible, but it makes for like good trash TV where I don't have to think about anything. So anyway, that's that. Okay, so let's get into Crystal Chit Chat. Okay, so today, blue calcite. Oh, too much bright light. Big cities. Okay, I kind of... You can't really see how... It's not a teal blue. It's kind of a baby blue. Okay, so blue calcite. Now, there's a couple different things you might want some blue calcite for in your life. This is a polished heart, right? It doesn't come growing out of the ground like a heart. But... So if you're like constantly bombarded by negative Nancy's, negative energy, it's just all around you, this is a good stone to have. This is one of those where you think about like you're putting like a little energetic blue protective bubble around yourself. Okay? It's kind of like it's really a calming stone. Like it's like, oh, Calgon, take me away. Do they even have Calgon anymore? I bet they do. They just probably don't have those commercials. But this would be like Calgon blue calcite if I trademark stones, but I don't do that. But certain people do. That's a whole other story. Okay, so we have blue calcite. This is in the shop. I'll show you when we see it on the overhead, but I wanted to share that with you. So if you're just like, oh my gosh, I just say, can't. It's too much. Too much negativity. Too much Saturday Night Live suckiness. I don't know. You could put this like next to your bed for sleep, for calming. You could just, it's a little big to carry with you, but you could hold on to it. Maybe, like me, I have my crystals on my desk and I just hold on to them at various points throughout the day while I'm doing my work. So you could do that. So it is very calming. Good stuff. Okay, so let me switch my screens. Oh, look, that's the right color. This is it. There's a couple different sizes in the shop, but I like it. It's calming. It's so pretty. And it's also like blue is a stone of throat chakra. So if you have problems like vocalizing whatever you have on your heart and you want to get it out, then a blue heart's going to help you do that because blue is the color of the throat chakra. Or is it chakra? I don't know. People say all sorts of different things different ways, and I have all sorts of other weird ways of saying stuff, so we'll just go with chakra, because that's the way I say it. It might be wrong, but if you're the pronunciation police, then you probably don't want to be here, because there's going to be things I'll probably mispronounce, or words that I don't understand, or other things that just bother you. Anyway, if you're just tuning in now for the tarot read, we're going to be talking about Daniel Robinson. Okay, so this young man, he's a 24-year-old geologist. He likes rocks too, I bet. In Arizona. I don't know. I wonder about geologists, because I don't think they're like geologists. If I'm thinking geologists are into like rocks and, you know, stuff like that, they're tending not to be into metaphysical properties. Most of them. Some of them are, but not all. Most of them are like, that's hogwash. Hogwash, that's such an old term. Anyway. Okay. He is a 24-year-old geologist. He was in Arizona. He's been missing since June 23rd. Now, this is an article I got. I don't know if this figures in. We'll look into it. But it says, he was rebuffed by a young woman in the week leading up to his disappearance, according to police records. Okay, so then it talks about where he was last seen. Then it gets back to the chick. But it says Daniel Robinson was last seen leaving his job site in Buckeye. His blue Jeep turned up a month later, flipped on its side with his wallet and phone inside, but there was no sign of him. Daniel had met Caitlin, the chick, while delivering for Instacart. So he had like a side job. And he had delivered liquor to her home, and she and a friend invited him in and said they could hang out, and then they exchanged phone numbers. And then I guess he texted her a few times, and she was kind of like, no, this is awkward. I probably shouldn't have invited a stranger into my house. Nothing against you, but, you know, I'm not looking for a relationship. And I guess he was kind of like, I can't get you off my mind. So that's the chick part of this story. Whether this matters to his disappearance or not, don't know. The family, friends, co-workers, they said that Daniel was not ever planning on taking himself off the earth plane. You get my drift. And his father is still convinced that he's out there. So some who have examined the case, including the family's private investigator, don't believe that Daniel was in his car when it was flipped. And it was like flipped, and then I think some rancher found it later. Like they had done searches and nobody found the car, and then this rancher found it or something. And then the private investigator pointed out that the vehicle had 11 additional miles on it from when the airbags deployed. It had 46 additional ignition cycles on it after the airbags deployed. So it's almost like the car crashes, and then we're going to drive it 11 more miles, and then also we're trying to start it 46 more times. And he's not in the car. So it's interesting. And he also said there was paint on a vehicle that couldn't be attributed to the place where the vehicle was eventually located. So there's some other paint on there. So this is all odd. Definitely odd, because he's not with his car. His clothes are found, like some clothes that were found in the car. And then I think they said there was a sock found somewhere else, not near the car. It's just, I don't know. The whole thing's odd. So let's first start out with, I'm going to pull up the pendulum. I want to start off with first, is he still with us here on the planet? All right. All right, so if it goes this way, this is yes. If it goes this way, oops, if it goes this way, this is no. Just so you're aware. Okay. Daniel. Are you still amongst the living here on the earth plane? That would be no. Okay. Thank you. Did you, I can't imagine you did, but we're going to ask, did you cause your own passing? No. is someone else responsible for your passing? Yes. Do you personally know the person responsible for your passing? Is this someone you actually knew? No. Okay. So, allegedly, for entertainment purposes, my opinion, he's not on the Earth plane anymore, meaning he's passed to the other side. He didn't take himself off the Earth plane, and he's not responsible for his passing, and he does not know the person who did this to him. So let's start first with, let's get into these cards here, see what else we can figure out. This comes up. Sometimes I'm like, it might be backstory, other pieces of this that's coming up. That doesn't mean that it's related necessarily to what happened to Daniel, okay? But let's just look at that quickly. Okay, so we have sunglasses is like, I have a bright future, so I was hoping to get into a relationship. We have 85 on balloons. Looking at this from a higher perspective or celebration, and 45 travel, power, freedom without restraint. Yeah, I don't think the way I'm getting this is just like, this is more talking about the lady he met while he was delivering stuff, okay? So I think he was like smitten with her, but I don't think that has to do with anything with his disappearance. Okay, so these things here, I want to look at missing, outside, runaway. What's the school? Octopus. Flexibility, creativity, intelligence. Okay, maybe this is more of his, he wants us to know, like, he's a smart kid. I think we could figure that out. Geologist, you gotta be a smart kid to be a geologist, okay? So you gotta think of like all sorts of things. Got your brain looking into all sorts of things, so I think that makes a lot of sense. Those might go together there. Lies, communication. Let's see what's going on with the lies and the communication. Alright, we got love hearts on that. Soulmate, number 5. 9 lives. Dealing with the unconscious mind or hidden things. Excuse me? Mystery, magic, scared. Oh. This is more about his text messages with her. Okay, so that's more about this. It's... I think the way... What's trying to get communicated here is about the way that the communication went between him. And it's like he's not wanting to be seen as like some creeper. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this. It's like, yeah, I had communication with this girl and I was interested in this girl, but don't make me out to be some like creeper that I'm not. Makes sense. I wouldn't want to be known as a creeper if I'm just trying to meet somebody and get to know them. We have inside, outside, missing. We have a thief. We have a false person. We have hidden. That may go here. This is, we're going to put this over here. Let's see what law enforcement has to do with this. 46. Quiet time still. So they're just sitting on their hands. They're not doing anything. Okay, so that's what we got for law enforcement. They're not doing much. They're just kind of like whatevs. That's sad and sucky. I don't know how many people go missing over there that they can't work on this, but allegedly, for entertainment purposes, in my opinion. Dude. What are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? We have a key. We have a key. Okay. Let's see what else we've got here. Alright, so we have the bat. So we're talking about, is there like running away? We're hiding maybe from someone. We're hidden outside. This is private property. Missing. Okay. So 89. Love struck in love. Okay, this could be just his crush thing, that just a thread that runs out. So he had rewards. It's like recognition. Like, I'm a smart person. Like, I'm a qualified person. This could just be like, I have my credentials. Like, I'm supposed to be here. 38. Service bell. Something needs your attention. Maybe this is the private property here. The pencil. I don't know if that's 98 or 86. 86. Take notes. Start writing. So pay attention to something here. And 22. Piece of the puzzle. Hidden. This is a piece of the puzzle. Okay, so the private property outside running. This one I'm really curious about, because I'm wondering if he was like running away, like it's so somehow on a private property he doesn't belong there and he's running away. $83. Religious faith. That could be just, I'm praying to God. We have the 79. That's replaying the old movies. And then we have 23. That's El Diablo. Make sure there's nothing else here. Guided by lower nature. Bound by the material world. I'm wondering if he was on private property. Like unknowing. Like, or someone thought it was their own property. And it was kind of like, get off my property. Alright, let's see. Thief, false person. $61.93. One of a kind. Okay, so it's a snowflake's one of a kind, very unique. There's no two alike. And we have 93. Need to research, go back to school. Oh! That's because school was over here, right? You need to research, go back to school. Okay. World. Wait a minute. Need to go back to school. There's a fault. I don't know. Did he work with anyone from his school? That would seem odd. I mean, I guess not odd. I don't know. But why is the school part coming up? There's a false person that says go back to school. And then we have the world, which is achievement and completion, which school would be. All the efforts you've been putting into place are starting to pay off. But we have this false person, some one-of-a-kind person, a thief. And we're paying attention to the books. Study. Need to research, go back to school. I'm not quite sure. Okay, let's look at inside. $94. That's a money bag. Money issues. Inside there's money issues. Inside where? The car? Okay, so this is a bunch of different things here, right? We have natural causes, dismemberment, fire, struggle. All right, we have the bomb. Destruction, liberation, tower moment, unforeseen change. 51. Listen to music or wear noise canceling gears. That might be here. Right? If you're how sad and horrible, but I don't know, it's like I was picturing like a chainsaw person. They always put on that, right? 96, we have the genie bottle. Genie lamp. Expecting a wish. Expect a miracle. And 78, what is that, an eagle? Higher self is with you, freedom. I almost wonder if this is too about like there's things that could be seen from a higher perspective in terms of like getting a drone or a plane or something back out there. Like there's other information outside that needs to be found. Okay. Let's look into this school false person, what this has to do with anything. It's go back to school, unless the school thing, maybe it's not a schoolmate, maybe that's throwing me off. So if I take the school thing out of here, this comes up to me then. If I take school out of here, it's almost like a challenge, like someone's mad about something in terms of like territorial, like this is mine, it's not yours, back off. And so it's like I don't like, because we have the strong opposition, right? And then we have the like back off, right? Okay, I'm backing off. And then apparently there's some worry about like I can't back off and I don't know how to get out of this situation. Like I'm backing off, but that's not stopping whoever this false person is, take the school out of the picture, whoever this person is, this thief, this false person, backing off from them is not working. It's not working. Okay. Okay, so they wanted something of his. It's almost like you've made a mistake and now you got to pay up. You've made a mistake. And he's like, it's like very like, what did I get myself into? What did I get myself into? And it's like, I don't know what to do. Like, this is not a situation I've ever been in to be prepared for. I don't know how to handle this. And this person's like, I don't know if they're looking at his stuff, like his car maybe, or if they're, I don't know. It's like, I want what you have. It's almost like, you made a mistake, now pay up. Okay, you pay up. Give me what you have. Pay up. You made a mistake, now you have to pay the toll. Okay. Alright, I still don't know if that has to do with school, but alright. I think we all know what that's about. Just wanted to clarify his involvement and that the cops are not really doing a whole bunch, allegedly. Alright, let's look here on, he's hidden, or is he on private property? This is like, I don't, allegedly for entertainment purposes, my opinion. This feels like there's some, like, this is like some dude who's coming to defend his land. Like, you're on my private property. Like, get off, back off. Like, this is like, you don't understand. You crossed a line. Like, I don't know what kind of line this is, but it's like you crossed a line. And it's kind of like, I don't know how to, I'm sorry, I'll get off your property or whatever. And then the guy's like, no, there's an opportunity for me to get stuff. And it's almost like, then it's like, put a fork in me, it's done. And then this guy's moving forward. Maybe this is like, I've taken Daniel off the Earth plane. Now I'm taking his car. And like, there's some like, dude, that's almost like literal. It is almost literal, in my opinion, allegedly, for entertainment purposes. Okay, put a fork in me, I'm done. Failure, collapse, defeat, right? Daniel's defeated. He is taken off the Earth plane, in my opinion. I get in the car. The thief, the bad guy. I get in the car and I take off and I'm feeling victorious, right? I got the car. I'm going. Now I'm like, oh, hope's gonna return. You know, I got some stuff here. I can sell the car. I can whatever. I don't know what property's in the car, but this guy's thinking like, oh, I won the lottery in a way. Like, so I'm gonna get back on track. I don't know. Like, this was in a sick way a good decision. Like, look what just happened. It fell into my lap, right? And then stuck in a rut. Then it's like shit goes out of control. I think that's what happens. Then he's like, while he's driving the car, Daniel's car, he crashes the thing. But we still don't know where Daniel is. But it could be just missing on the private property, outside, hidden. Like, then it's like, I think after we crashed the car, we were like, okay, let's see if they're like thinking of new ideas. Okay, how can I make this work again? Or how can I still use this to my advantage? Because I want to hold on to, like, this is valuable. The car is valuable. The parts on the car are valuable. All this stuff is kind of valuable to me. It's like fell into my lap and I'm happy about this. And then it's like, I have to give up. I have to give up. I don't know who this person, like, desperate for money. So it's almost like Daniel fell into his lap, like, somehow, and it's like, look what we have here. And it's like, okay, so I'm going to be making some money because I'm living beyond means. I'm like broke. But then it's like, at the end of it, it was like it didn't work out how you wanted it. Okay. So, then, let's look into this. Again. So, there is a struggle because there's a lack of balance. Whoever this person is, this, like, the bad person, we'll call it, is like, larger, allegedly for entertainment purposes, in my opinion, this is a larger man. This is an older man, but a strong, like, girthy. I don't know if that's the right word. He's a stout man. Big boy. Big in some way. Like he's thick. There's a lack of balance, and this thick guy is just kind of like overpowering him, right? And I'm almost wondering if there's something to this about a knife, cutting, stabbing. Dude, and then it's that whole thing. Then it gets back. This is like, I think there's some, like, this passing here is just like super quick. It's almost like a bad person just kind of goes to town, like, okay, you have not, like, I see, like, there's more benefit to your car and all your stuff to me than you, so let me just get you out of the way. Like, you're nah, and then, okay, so there's that. horrible. So if it was me, I'd be going and looking at whose private property is around there and seeing maybe who's not such a nice person. Let's see what inside has to do with anything. It almost comes across to me as not necessarily inside, like, but it's like, hey, you want to just sit down and have a chat? Kind of info? Like, not, like, this no bueno person was, like, already, like, aggressing. And it's almost like, hey, let's just sit down, let's have a chat. But it's quickly, Daniel notices quickly that there's this guy who's just the aggressor. He's very much in control. He senses that he can overpower him. And it's like there's this domination over him, and he's like just going to take him out. It takes him out. It's just deliberately cruel. It's just very much like, I want what you have, thinking I'm going to make some money on this. It's very like, there's no emotion in this guy at all. None. Just very much of like, I see car. You wronged me, and I see car, and I think there's other stuff I want in car, so push you to the side, and that's what I want. I think, yeah, this is like, there was no reasoning with this guy. This guy was not going to be having any type of chit-chat conversations, none of that. It was like, I just want your car, and give it to me. That's jacked up. Okay. So, that being said, let's pray that Daniel's found. Let's pray for his family. Let's pray for whoever was doing this is caught and brought to justice. There is a website that you can go if you want to help out. It is pleasehelpfinddaniel.com, and there's also a phone number, 803-200-7994. All of that information in the description box below. And if you can help the family, if you know something, go say something, tell them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.